And you are
Okay.
live.
Got it. I will call the December 19th, 2003 meeting of the Akron Tree Commission to order. Let's approve the minutes. Or do we need to roll call first? I always forget. Okay, roll call. Make sure we're all here.
Mr. Aiken?
Aye.
No. Aye. Mr. Fusco?
Aye.
Bradenberg?
Aye.
And Ms. Wyatt?
Aye.
All members are present.
Okay. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes?
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay.
Mr. Aiken?
Aye.
Ms. Viviano? Aye. Mr. Fusco?
Aye.
Ms. Bradenberg?
Aye.
And Ms. Wyatt?
Aye.
The motion to approve the minutes passes 5-0.
Okay. Under unfinished business, we finally get a chance to meet our logo contest designer, Jessie Wamsley. I wanted to introduce her. I was hoping we could all have lunch together, but that just didn't work. So Jessie's here with us. Would you like to say anything to the commission about ideas that you had for the logo or how it came about?
I just heard you guys made shirts and I want one of them.
Okay.
You have one.
Right. We have one.
What size do you take?
Small.
Okay. I think we've got them.
Have your email
Okay,
address,
great.
so I'll reach out to you.
Awesome.
I make a motion, we give her two.
I second the
We
motion.
can give her whole family t-shirt.
Right.
Oh, they
How
might
many
like them.
would that
Yeah.
be?
That's nice.
Yeah. How many would that be, Jessie?
That would be 3 more.
Okay.
Size?
Yeah.
What size?
I'd have to ask them.
Okay.
Okay. If you could just get back to me by email.
Yeah.
When Jeff and I come out to your house tomorrow, we'll bring them with us.
Oh, okay. Absolutely.
Great.
That sounds awesome.
You're welcome to stay as long as you'd like. This is where the boring part comes in.
Yeah.
Yes, Jeff.
Yeah, just could you tell us a little bit about yourself and anything you'd like to share with us? We appreciate your art and yeah, anything you'd like to share with us?
Well, I'm an Akron native, so it's really great to make a logo that represents the community that I'm from. And I went to Firestone and I'm now graduated. I'm going to Kent State now for graphic design, actually.
Hey.
So,
Good job. Good
I
job.
just finished my first semester, so
Fantastic.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And you live in Kenmore, right? Okay. Brothers and sisters?
One little sister, 2 older brothers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you in the pecking order?
Middle child,
Okay.
3rd.
Okay.
So
Great. Anything the commission wants to know?
No. I'm just proud to know that you're an Akron native and Akron Public Schools. That was our thought when we did the contest. We won an Akron Public School and we're just very excited that you did it for us, and we appreciate all of your hard work.
oh, thank you so much.
Mrs. Wyatt works in the public school system, so she's got a dog in this fight, so it's a great thing.
That's
a
a
great
Whammy. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay. Here's where the boring stuff comes in. On the updates, John had a run-in with some, run-in's probably too strong a word, some complaints from, and he was here. Did he leave? Anyway, John Hilkert had some issues with trees planted on Cherrywood, and I think relatively near Triplet. Apparently, one resident thought his street looked bare. It needed trees, so he put in a request that the entire street be planted. And one of the neighbors took exception to that. And because people did not, the letters that went out, there weren't letters because all of the requests supposedly were from residents who wanted trees. So we've never been faced with this situation before. John, where are you?
Let me shoot him a text.
Oh, he said he had to run out and look at a tree that came down. I just got back into the yard trying to log back in. Okay. Here he
There he
is.
is.
Hi, John. Okay. Well, we'll just put that off until he gets back. Among the other items on the agenda, did everybody get your copy of the goals that I sent out?
I did. Thank you.
Okay. Looking at them, if anybody has any comments, to me, I thought we did a reasonably good job of meeting most of our goals. We got our logo contest winner. We had a tree commission event. Okay, let's hope John stays this time. We do not have the tree fact inclusion on the water bills, and we don't yet have a speakers bureau, so those could be 2 for next year. Anybody else have any thoughts on our goals?
What's the status in terms of the, I don't know, Jim or who could answer, in terms of the website and our presence with that?
I wandered around on the website today. It's not, you can't get exactly there when you open up the city's homepage and you type in tree commission. It's got a no such keyword found or something. But if you go into the tab that says all of Akron and you type it in there, then there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes up. There's the master tree planting plan. There's the urban canopy assessment. It's got the agenda for the current meeting, and all of our stuff is accessible.
It wasn't in under service though, huh?
Pardon?
It wasn't in under service?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
No. You might want to look into that, seeing
Yeah.
that's because I looked under service and then I thought, well, maybe parks. But it wasn't under either one of those.
Okay.
So we're still a little bit difficult to find, but easier than we used to be.
Can Sarah Biviano, can you please send us a link?
Yeah.
And
Sarah knows how to do that stuff. She's younger, she's 25 today. Uh-oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. I'm sorry.
Is today your birthday?
it is.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. The easiest way I have found it from our website, when you go to akronohio.gov, at the very top, if you go to the City Hall tab, there's a link to boards and commissions. And if you click on that, it'll bring up all of the boards and commissions, and we're one of them. But yeah, I will send the link out to all of the members.
Great. Thanks, Sarah.
Mhm.
Other thoughts? Okay, John, let's loop back to you. I explained a little bit about what happened on Cherrywood, and I don't know if anything has been done.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, we can't see
Okay.
you though.
So, yeah, so, No, as far as I know, nothing has been done. What had happened was, somebody had called in and wanted, a tree planted. And I don't remember the address. I tried to look it up and I don't remember the address. They wanted a tree planted in front of their house. So we, so I went out and noticed that, there was a area that we could put a tree in. Well, they also wanted trees all up and down the street. So I thought, well, okay, we've got room here, so I'll go ahead and put them in. Well, not everybody apparently wanted a tree. So that's the issue that we ran into. The lady that's at the end of, and I can't remember the address off the top of my head, but it's I think her address is actually Hillbush, but she's on the corner of Hillbush and Cherrywood.
Okay,
And she had trees removed because of the sidewalk petition. So those trees were taken down. Those were maple trees that were put in there. So a lot of times those have a tendency to raise sidewalks. So those trees were removed, new sidewalk was put in. And so when I was there, I noticed those available spots. And so I put some in there. The trees that were planted are cherry trees. So cherry trees are not going to have the same kind of effect on the sidewalk. So that's why I put those in there. I talked to John about it. And from now on, what I need to do is just only put in where they ask for them. And, if somebody else wants one, they're going to have to call in for it, I guess. I guess that's probably
Okay.
the best way to do it from here on out.
okay.
So, and I think there was one other street that happened on, let's see if I can pull up my email. I know I think I sent out an email with the other street that it was on. And I know, it was over on Clifford. It's kind of sort of the same thing, only it wasn't a sidewalk issue. So the one on Clifford, the lady that called in, so 1068 is the one on Hillbush. I just found that one. So the side part of her double strip is where the issue was. So I think it was 555 Clifford was the other one. So it was this kind of the same idea. There was hardly any trees there. Cherrywood, there were some trees with some open areas. Clifford, there were hardly any trees on those last two blocks going towards Burkhart, right there by the expressway.
Uh-huh.
So that's where it was. So they didn't want one either. And again, like I said, I had done all this previous to realizing, oh, that's one address, here's another, and someone didn't want one. So that's, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, if anybody has a question, I'll answer it.
Thank you, John. Questions?
John, how many did you plant on Hillbush? Did you put them on Cherrywood?
Give me a minute. I just came back into the yard, so give me a minute here to, I can tell you in a second how many went in. Off the top of my head, I don't know. I would guess, I want to say maybe around 10, but give me a minute here and I'll pull it up and I can tell you.
On Hillbush?
No, they weren't actually on Hillbush. It was
You put them on,
her address was Hillbush.
but you,
But it's actually on Cherrywood is where the
Right.
trees were planted.
That's
So,
weird.
Yeah, it's a corner.
I don't understand how on Cherrywood? I thought Cherrywood was a dead end.
it is.
Yeah, it is,
Hillbush.
but Hillbush, you access Cherrywood off of Hillbush.
Okay.
And yeah, dead ends, George Washington's on the other side, Jeff, that it
Right.
don't go through.
Okay. Did you talk to the ward councilman?
No, I didn't talk to either one on either location.
Well, I always think that's a good policy to have, to talk to the word person, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, both, especially the one on Hildish, they were pretty adamant she wanted the trees out, and usually that's kind of a tough thing to do. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 9. So I was one off. They had 3 at that location. I'm guessing, I don't know this for a fact, but I can see everything that's on here. And I'm guessing the address 1983, that might be the person that requested them all up and down the street.
And that's on Cherrywood?
Yes,
Okay. Who is the ward councilman up there?
that's Ward 6.
Brad McKittrick.
Right.
It's, you know, there sometimes it's good for the council person to know about what's going on in their district, because a lot of times they get phone calls. So, but sometimes there's a disconnect.
Normally, it wouldn't have been an issue if it was only at that one particular location. But the fact that I had other ones that people had wanted, that's where I got into trouble. So, like I said, John and I talked about it. Normally that wouldn't be an issue because, and again, we didn't send out letters. And the reason why is because other than on Cherrywood, there was only a couple locations where there were several planted on a street. So otherwise, all the plantings that were done were individual plantings. So in other words, that means that they had to call in. So they called in through the 311 system. And once they call in, I take those calls and I go out and look at it and verify and make sure we can get a tree in there. And as long as it's good to plant a tree, then I close out the work order in City Works and then create one in our tree keeper system that we use for the contractor. So that's kind of how that works.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I could continue, if that's okay, Madam President. Is that okay?
No, keep going.
Thank you. A couple more questions. Whenever we do, I mean, I don't know. We have our list for the spring, our list for the fall that we send out to does the ward council people, are they made aware of any of that?
I don't know if they have been in the past or not. This is, John is still working on it, but usually what it is the past couple of years, I've been the one that's gone out and marked them, and he's handled the side of mailing out the letters and I guess making contact with anybody that may need contacted. And I have not to this point.
I would
think
respectfully request that all ward council members are made aware of where trees are going to go in, because a lot of times the first phone call is not going to be to us, or it's not going to be to you guys in the wherever. It goes either to 311 or to the council person. And it's always good to have the council person involved, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make a note of that.
Thank you.
Just out of curiosity, is this something that perhaps we should meet with council on an informal basis and just talk to them? Because I know trees are a big deal. It's, at least make them used to the fact that we're actually here also. But we work out a way so that they know what we're doing, and if they need to get in touch with us, they can.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think timing, our first quarter or so is probably going to be pretty jam-packed with things going on. But I do like that as maybe a thing for next year, like we could say like March or something, get with city council, whoever is maybe even the chair of the committee, that would be assigned to tree stuff, which is, although we don't even have our committee assigned. So, but I believe that strengthening our relationship with the council would be helpful, I think.
Mhm.
Because oftentimes, and I'm not, saying anything about anybody. Our service department everybody does a great job in the city. I'm always advocate for civil servants, but it just communication would be helpful sometimes, because the ward council people typically get the first phone call, oftentimes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what can go on our list of goals. Establish contact with elected officials. Okay, anything else, John?
No, I think that's all. I did want to address that though.
Okay, well, we
Thank you.
appreciate,
I didn't catch what all happened there in the first part, but
we
you know,
we just met Jesse, our logo designer.
okay, yeah. But I did want to address it. I guess I didn't suggest putting that in the minutes, but I felt like it was something that I needed to.
No, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. This is a lesson learned.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
Yep.
okay. Well, it doesn't look like we have anything else on our agenda. Anything for the good of the order?
I'm staying.
Well, I will.
I'm
Go
staying
ahead.
till the
Go
end
ahead,
of
Jim.
March. I'm staying till the end of March, by the way. Not
Okay.
leaving December 31st.
Okay,
I'm
good.
sticking out a few more months. Thank you.
Okay, well, we'll make sure you are appropriately celebrated at the time.
Right.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I just want to wish, first of all, thank you all for your work this year. I think we got a lot done. There's more to do, so we'll have something to do for next year. And I also want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday. Be safe in your celebrations. And we will see each other again on January. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking January already. 16th, January 16th.
I think we all should get together next year, sooner than later, and maybe have a lunch.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Before we get started, I think that would be great.
I agree.
Good. Okay, well, we'll start working on that after next year. In the meantime, have a blessed holiday. And thank you for
Same to y'all.
everything.
Same to y'all. Thank you.
Okay, we
Bye.
are adjourned.
Bye.